Yes.
Right, we're up and running. Smooth process. I mean, this, all you have to do is boop, click it to the, we're not ready yet, but yeah, that's all you have to do. This is Zoom or YouTube? It is. Yeah.
Awesome.
I got it working YouTube. So it's,
So did we tell our agents that?
I sent it out on the Connect team. Yeah, and on the email. I'm gonna read to her.
Okay.
No handouts, you guys are good.
See what?
No handouts, you guys are good. No handouts, you guys are good.
What would you guys usually have handouts about?
Oh, this thing works by the way.
That's amazing. What would you guys usually?
Just like if you're doing like a database exercise or a, say an example of a seller net sheet or something. I didn't know, like, I don't know, I don't even see the meeting slides. I don't even know what talking about. Just.
Good, I wanted to pick your brain for ideas. I'm doing a lot of fact finding, less not necessarily teaching anything today.
Okay. Like you're gonna be like asking them, finding facts from them. Okay. So I should probably have my notebook handy.
I have this too. You said a database exercise.
I'll take notes quietly from the back.
I'm gonna do Jeopardy, net sheet. In the top 20% meeting that I had last month, they talked about a NAR best practices thing that the region hosted.
Hosted or hosted? We already built that website. We both do.
Yes. That reminds me, the region showed me something new on here. I'm gonna show you guys that today. All right, is it time? Let's do this. 2 minutes. Is it? I feel like when we got the Zoom thing, I feel bad. I guess. You think so? Is anybody paying that close attention? I'm not sure. Maybe warm up the crowd for the 2 minutes. Love it. Susan, you guys just had a closing? I love it.
We're still waiting on that.
Oh,
Our seller.
gotcha.
Closing's
a good day, though. It's nice to meet you, but it was during my first go round, I think as team leader, which was. Yes, it's been a while. Yes. Welcome back. Yeah. Thanks for supporting. Oh my gosh. Well, it's a partnership, right? It takes us all. Right, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for doing that. Yeah, for sure. Okay. I love it. Okay, we're gonna start with celebrations. What do you have to celebrate? Your own personal celebrations. We do this just to anchor in that we're winning, right? Like it's just cementing those things in our brain, which is really good for us.
We're all here lunch together.
I love that. Yes. Oh. That's a big deal. I love it.
I got my 7 hugs in, but I'm willing to go more.
Really, Kathy,
We just love us. You also like me, this is her.
I mean.
Good to know. Back in the day, we used to kind of live and die by the DISC assessment, and we used to have this profile on the outside of people's doors, so we knew how to communicate with them. Maybe we need shirts that you say hover, no hover. Just put it out there, right? What is something that you have had on your list to get done? That you did this week, that we can celebrate? Did you stick to your schedule? Did you do an hour of lead gen? Did you set an appointment? Like, those are the things, those little things that we tell ourselves, like, I'm gonna get up every morning at 6 o'clock, and then we actually do that. We want to cement that into our brain. And so celebrating that and just taking time to acknowledge it, because most of us like to get things done and we want to get it done quickly. And we accomplish a goal and we're just on to the next goal. And we don't really spend the time acknowledging where we started and where we're going. So just celebrating those little things is really huge. Did you have something?
So we're gonna go the point system
Mm-hmm.
and like you get 50 points for just waking up at 6 a.m. like this. And it's the way to, if you're ever taking bold, it's usually, they only track this is buyers and under contract, and this is the way to make you feel like you did do something, even though you didn't get a listing, you didn't get a buyer that week, you didn't get anything under contract, but you're doing stuff, you're earning these points. And so I was also, another way to get points is doing the MREA energy plan
Yes.
for 5 days, and I started it yesterday, and going out of the 6 a.m. I exercised yesterday. I did take a nap at 1, but.
I love it.
And I'm not today, I did not exercise yet,
Yes.
but, I took a shower and came in the office, so I did do these habits. I'm creating. I would like in the office, but
We like to celebrate the shower as well. Thank you for that. Yeah. Good for you for committing to it. Well, it really has you, right, celebrating the little wins, like. It's not just setting an appointment, like the activities that we do with consistency really matter. Anybody else? Yes.
Well, I'm not a fan of my own house, I hate it, and I have been trying to manage my business through referrals.
Yes.
But since I got into bold, I have to do it, and I haven't pushed myself so much. And last week, Gina helped me with my open house this past weekend. And she gave me a call, list people that I could call, and I was looking at it like.
As we all do.
And then, so I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I started calling only 2 people, well, really nice, I think, well, the other ones, I was ready for the notes, I was like, fine, another one. I did turn into calls. And, then anyway, nobody say that was going to bring anybody or send anybody in, but I did my homework. And, but during the open house, I did have a couple that came to the open house and say that it was vital one for me. So then I was like, my mind was like, oh, it works. Yeah, it works. And I was like,
Cold
I'm
calls
not
work.
either of cold calls, and I feel hated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is, you know, like waking up in the morning, I'm not a morning person, so it's like, good morning, today, yeah.
That's right.
You're not going back.
That's
So
right.
it's been changing, you know, habits and the way we do business and all that, so.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Congrats. That's a good deal. Right? Like, we don't have to love it if we can just get to a place of neutral, right? We don't have to love it or hate it. Just get neutral. This is just a thing I do, right? Because what we do love is the end result, which is sitting at the closing table, helping our people. Yeah, yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. culture in action, culture of the week, committing to a random act of kindness every day. How do you guys do with this one? It's why I chose it, like, yeah, this is not top of mind for me right now, so I'm just putting this up here, like, even a Post-it note on somebody's desk, right, can be the encouragement that they need for the day. Like, it doesn't have to be some huge, big thing. Our brains can make things way bigger than they actually are. So just a small random act of kindness. Love it. Okay, whose bucket would you like to fill? I would like to say thank you to the ladies because not only did you bring lunch, but you brought lunch with queso and enough queso for all of us. And I'm not gonna lie, we've had some taco bars where there wasn't queso or enough queso, and I hear the mutterings under the breath. And I also have had the thought, so yes, thank you, ladies, very much for supporting our office and also for all the things. What else do you guys have?
For my office, I have been having two talk weeks in my house. And with my family, my daughter has been really sick, and the office has been, all the friends from the other kids and all that, they have been helping me a lot, you know, like, you need this and you need that, and that information, and, you know, sharing all information. And also, some of them have been helping me with the showings, the houses. Sometimes I have been at the hospital, so I cannot go and show the house.
Yeah,
And you know, you cannot say time, you know, I can't because.
Yeah.
Bye.
yeah.
So they have been like, I can do that for you, don't worry about it, and they take care of it, so I'm really blessed to be here. Calvary is family for me now, and yeah, I have made so many great friends, you know. Like, she has been my angel these 2 weeks.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, she's
I
been,
love
you know,
it.
like, don't worry, I have been, even my own team. It's like, I have been like, I don't know if I'm gonna fail it because, you know, I don't have enough time. But then the support, I have been feeling the support and I'm very grateful for that.
I love it. Thank you all for showing up for each other like that. That is culture in action, right? That's a huge difference. There's a huge difference. What else? I'm gonna fill Tristan's bucket because he's showing up while Alyssa is taking care of herself and just getting things done. I don't know if you've noticed or not, but our internet is like 500 times faster. I came in Thursday morning and there were like wires hanging out of the ceiling and a strange man in the office. And I was
Very interesting interaction with her talking about it.
yeah, and I was just like, okay, like, yes, things are happening. So thank you, Tristan, for all that you're doing to support us. Really, really, really appreciate that. Anything else?
I guess I'll say something about humor. I know that's so weird.
Okay.
Nice. We act like we hate each other. But, I was talking about my new goals, and then he's like, he just said, you know what, you want me to get on the only partner? And so we made a plan this morning, so I'm like it.
Good. I love that. That's huge. That is an act of kindness in and of itself, right? Like loving people enough to say the hard things, like you committed to this. How can I help? Yeah, that's huge. I love it. Birthday is Brittany's birthday. Where is she? I was gonna say, I saw you. Happy birthday. What day is it officially? What- Friday, duly noted. Okay, so make sure you send her a message on her actual birthday. And then, yes, the affiliate moment. We have Angela and Leslie. What do you ladies want to share with us? Yeah.
I'm happy to do it in the front, that's okay.
Absolutely.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Leslie Smith with Smith Brody. So I see a lot of new faces, but I do see some familiar faces, so that's awesome. This is a partnership. You know, we are here to partner with you. It takes us all to get to the closing table. You know how difficult that can be sometimes, and we try to make it as smooth as possible. On your desk or on your table, you've got a flyer. And wanted to go over the one-time close. This is a product that we are super, super excited about. So we've been able to do new construction on rural development for quite some time. And now the investors have opened it up to conventional FHA and VA financing. And what does that really mean? Well, let's just say that we all kind of know in our area, we are so fortunate where we live with our economic prosper. But at the same time, there's not enough inventory on the market. So let's say you've got a client that just can't find that single family residence. Well, have they thought about building? You know, so you kind of have a conversation with your client and you talk about the one-time close. So your client gets pre-approved and they look to build and we go to closing. They don't have to go back through underwriting at the end of it. They close in the beginning, and that's what makes this so beautiful. The investor gives the builder the draws. So I don't want to get too much in the weeds there, but I just want to kind of go through the summary. Again, those different programs. Something else, look at what you can do. You can do a stick built. You can also do manufactured or modular homes. We have worked very closely with a company called Grandin Homes. They're out in New Salisbury, Indiana. I don't know if any of you have been out there, but they have a great product. Also Baird Homes out of Salem, and then Clayton Homes out of Georgetown. You can also do the Barnuminium. How many of you, that seems to be kind of a hot product right now, is the Barnuminium? Well, you can do that on this program. So moving on to the credit scores, if you're looking to do conventional, you do need to have a 680 middle credit score. Something a little bit different with Smith Brody, we will hold your client's hand. Let's say that they've got a 660 middle credit score. Well, we will analyze that credit report. Let's get that credit score up to where then you can think about this one-time close. Your government is a 650. So even if your borrower is at a 660, well, let's just go, let's move it over to FHA or VA or rural development financing. Down payment, that's another huge one. Very little out of your pocket for new construction. The underwriters would rather see assets in your bank account versus having to put the 20%, which is typically what local banks are requiring. Interest rates. You do look at locking in on the interest rate in the beginning, but then it is modified once the home is built and completed. So if the market gets better, that's great. There is a cap. So we kind of start out worst case scenario, which is very nice for your borrowers, because I think that's another scary thing when you're building. You don't know what it's going to be in 6 months to 12 months, but this is prepared at the worst case. And then properties, this can either be your borrower that already owns land. Maybe they see some land that they would like to buy. You have a contract for that and your building contract. And so there's a lot of different avenues to go there. On the back of this is called the renovation. I know Angie, he's talking about that a little bit with you guys. If we've been here the last couple of months. This is a huge, huge product, and we love this, especially with the houses that look like 1960s. How many of you see those houses out there in 1980s? Well, let's make it look like 2024. And so keep that renovation in mind. So again, we love the partnership. We want to grow with you guys, and please use this as a resource. We've got a lot of opportunity for you. Yes. I have a question for you, Leslie. On one time ago, when did the payments officially start? Considering, you know, if you do the close early up front, then you're getting the draws. Do they go on to start the payments like within the next 30 days? Like, great question. So it is interest only on conventional FHA and VA. Rural development is the only one that the payments start right at the time of closing. And I think the reason that is 100% financed with the rural development. But again, that's why it's going to be modified once the house is complete. So interest only on conventional FHA and VA. Any other questions? Don't make them too hard. All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you both so much. If you guys, newer agents, these ladies like would love to go out to coffee with you, right? And help you understand the process. We don't need to be experts in this area, right? But just to get familiar with it is so helpful. And so if you've never done new construction, just schedule an appointment, right? Maybe you do that in a heartbeat. Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
If you do phone calls, that's one thing that I've been doing with another one of my agents, is we come in and they start to call, and if they've got a client that's interested, right then and there, they're able to switch it over and vice versa. That's what I phone calls.
Genius.
Yes, I make phone calls, and if I've got someone that's fighting that doesn't have an agent, immediately we switch off.
Okay,
Yeah.
that is like true partnership, right? Which, I don't know, I mean, I haven't been around for a hot minute, like active in this part of the business, but that was not really a big thing when I stepped out. So when you have experts in the business saying that they trade business, that you should take them up on that.
Making phone calls.
Yeah, and that's accountability, right? Where the truth is, like, when we see each other in the office every single day, it's easier to send a text and say, maybe not today, right? And yet, when it's somebody outside and you set an appointment to meet them and to do calls, what you do is you show up. It's just the truth. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, updates in the market center. So let's see, we know that this was an area, right, where I don't have the skills, you guys, to teach you commands, right? I don't know it right now. And so another gratitude, to Bo, I said, we really need this. And so can we have Lexi zoom in and teach KW command and the tech side until we get this part in our office supported. And so that is what is happening. So Lexi is going to be on Zoom from 10 to 11 on Mondays, okay? You can go in there and just ask her questions. They are gonna open this up to other market centers as well, so not all of them, right? Louisville, and Cincinnati, because I think those other agents asking questions can be super helpful for you. She will have something prepared and ready to teach. And yet at the same time, if there's something specific that you need to know, want to know, this is your time to really get those answers, right? So take advantage of this, truly. I'm learning command with you, and I may see you on that Zoom, right? So I don't have enough knowledge right now to be a great resource. I was on a regional meeting the other day, and we got a tech update. Have you guys noticed the AI version in command, like the quick KWIQ? Have you seen this?
Yes.
Have you tried to use it?
Yes. Write me a listing description for a house on the pond, 4-bedroom, remodel.
Genius. I am like very excited about this.
Write me
So,
an email with the house in the phrase.
yes,
So.
it is Keller Williams AI. Okay. We need that sound effect from Beth every single time. So stay tuned as I say things. I'm gonna need you to come in with that. So one of the examples they gave, right? Like you're about to do Pi Day with the office. You need an email. You're gonna type in, right? I need an email. for Pi Day, and it's going to go better. She missed it. I tried to have her on the ready. Yes. Okay, totally different sound effect, but we're going with it. So Quick is on, it's in the bottom right-hand corner and it is on mobile too. So, and the more we use it, the better it is and the quicker it learns. And from what I can see, it's highly effective. It's really pretty effective right now. So give that a try. And that is my limited knowledge of command at this moment. Okay, so we're moving on. Kind of. Client Pi Day, which is November 25th. So you guys would have already put in your orders. We are figuring out exactly the logistics of that day. Tristan and I spoke about that this morning. Picking them up, all the things. So we're gonna have refreshments, cider, hot chocolate, cookies, or something like that. You guys will be spaced out. People are already calling spots. I don't really know if that works for me. If it's an issue, I will figure it out, right? Yeah. So invite all your people. This is an easy one. On this note, people have been asking about the ice skating party. Buffy was kind enough to send us the rundown of what you guys did last year. If you were here last year, we did a client event in December that was ice skating in Jeffersonville. And it was like huge success. Most people ever to show up to a client event. So we want to support that and we are working on it. Okay, so for those of you who've been asking, yes, it's coming and we're working out the details. Potluck, we're doing an office Thanksgiving potluck. It is going to be on November 26th at 1 o'clock, okay? So the Pi Day client event giveaway is the 25th. The next day, instead of a team meeting, we're gonna do our Thanksgiving dinner. And during the Thanksgiving dinner, right, we will do the annual pie auction. Is everybody familiar with the auction? Okay, I love it. I want to get clarity from you guys on that in a second. So you can scan this. I'm gonna cook turkeys, I think. That's the plan, turkeys. I don't know, how many are? I don't know, I don't know if we need 1 or 12. What? They're 49 cents a pound program. Thank you, because I've committed myself to about 4 different turkeys. I once had an obsession with perfecting the turkey. We'll see. I don't know if that'll be good or bad, because I only do it once a year, and so we'll just see how it goes. If it sucks, I'll order pizza for us, okay? But you all are gonna bring sides, your favorite side dish, and then, yeah, we're gonna do the pie auction. Now, when we first started the annual pie auction, we always said, like, we're gonna do homemade pies or desserts, right? So you could pretend like you made it and carry it into your family's house. This is why we created the event, because I don't bake or remember to bring anything. So is this still, because I've heard that there have been bottles of liquor auction, but I've also heard boxes of Pop-Tarts. So I need a little clarity, because I was asking Ally to make a
We
promo.
auction off whatever we put on the table and people can.
It is like a fair game.
There was a parking spot one year, it's been all kinds of.
Craig bought, or well, Todd bought for Craig, using Craig's money. Like a
99-cent
like a 50 cent, 90
Little
cent
pies.
pie for like $300.
I think we're gonna pay 1,200 for the parking spot.
He did.
This reminds me that I once paid $250 for Craig to do 4 hours of work of whatever I wanted him to do. And he still owes me. it's real dumb on my part. I already know what you're thinking. And I'm pretty sure that goes back to 2015. So I'm gonna cash in on that. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so what I hear you all saying is that you're having the most fun auctioning whatever people put up.
And if people don't hang for it, let them do it.
Yes, and this goes to KW Cares, right? We're raising money, or it goes for the Southern Indiana local KW Cares, right? Because when agents apply for the big KW Cares grant, we have to show that the local market center has done what they can to help them first. I love it. Yes.
I think, didn't we usually have some sponsors that will donate? That's.
Vendors bring pies and stuff like that.
Okay, so we get affiliates involved.
We're gonna
Yes.
spend
And it's a good time to invite your personal affiliates too, to come hang out and see.
We're gonna have a room full of, oh, so we really might, I might not be cooking turkeys. I have a normal size oven.
You get them from Bay the Butcher,
Who?
buy the Butcher.
That's what you're talking.
Yeah, they're selling their piece.
Okay, duly noted. We may have to go that route, people. Can we, is it? Oh, I cannot cook that many turkeys. I have overcommitted. I take it back. No, I'm taking it back. I'm sorry. I would love to do that, but it's not possible. Okay, duly noted.
How about meetings?
Oh, you want me to bake it?
That's very.
No, I want to do no things. For that, I'm gonna bring a side dish like everybody else. The market center will provide the protein. I don't know where it's coming from.
Miss Moore, does that include our vendors to provide it from remaking?
That's what we've done in the past.
I know, this is why I'm throwing things out here, you guys. Okay.
Make sure nobody parks on the road that goes back to that house.
Yeah, that's a no. We know that. Okay. Okay, so, well, then you guys just throw it out there and however many people show up, and we hope there's enough food. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I can roll like that. I love it. Thank you.
Sign up for a side.
Yes.
Bring a sign up sheet.
So, yeah,
It's somewhere about
yeah,
there.
like
Yes.
legit, we can't just have the honey baked ham. That our affiliates have sponsored. Yes, Lisa.
I would say either Farmer or Centra if you want to check with them for overflow. Yes.
Great idea.
They usually are pretty good with. let us-
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah, Centra used to be great about that.
In the past, like, if you win or you win your bid, you can put it on your agent bill.
That was an option.
That was an option.
Tristan? What, how do we feel about this? That was way easier than what I was expecting, so we'll be bringing him to every partner meeting, right? I love it, okay? Yes, and you can put it on your agent bill, okay? Go ahead and fund your pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving dinner. Angie is teaching today at 3, and do you have any updates or anything that we should know?
Missy, pretty much same as. Greg just texted me and says your item has expired.
I don't think so. I will take that up with him later.
No, just I'll be around if you all want to just talk anything about contracts in general. Usually in December, the state will roll out new contracts, which will be effective January 1. So as soon as I get a hold of those, I will share those and then we'll probably hit it back heavy. We're not, in December, we're not doing contracts and forms, but hit it back in January, probably late because time I get the contracts and
Mhm,
we can go over those stuff.
I love it. Perfect. Okay, so come see Angie at 3 o'clock today if you want to go through the full class or if you have further questions. Not sure. Okay. Okay, we are gonna be closed. The office is closed Thanksgiving Day and that Friday. I'm announcing it to you all first because I've not talked to Bo and Tara about this. And so I heard that's what you've done in the past and I'm rolling with it. Okay, so I love it. We're going to be closed, so everybody, leadership included, can have a little break and spend time with their loved ones. Here's what's happening in the market center this coming week. I'm doing Power Hour consistently on Mondays at 9. So that's where we do lead gen together. And then Lexi will be on Zoom for Tech Hour. Tuesday, Tristan is doing orientation every Tuesday, right? At 11 o'clock. And then at 11:30, this is client conversations, formerly known as, which we don't say that word anymore. Do you all know that? Because I didn't know that. So there was a lawsuit or something, I'm not sure, but it's now against the rules for us to say that word. So we say, I can't remember what KWR I was using when I was there last week. So we just made up client conversations, conversation practice, whatever you want to call it. This is where we practice talking to the people according to what the paper says, okay, with the words. So that's what we'll be. That's what Jenna's gonna be doing at 11:30, okay? With the words, conversation with the words, and then time blocking with Jenna. We do the partner meeting, and then we're gonna do the top 20% mastermind. Wednesday, this is virtual only with Linda and Press about how to grow your profit share tree. I don't even know what the McKissicks make in profit share at this point, but I don't know. At some point, they were pulling in more than $1 million a year, right? Yeah, like consistently. So we want to learn from the best. And so this is what they call mailbox money, just shows up in your account on the 21st. It's a really good day when that hits. So I'm going to encourage you all to join that. And then Jenna is really supporting the entire office as we make a transition from Dotloop to DocuSign. So, there have been issues with for some agents, like getting onto DocuSign, or I got into DocuSign and yet no forms existed. I don't know what was happening on the back end, but the date for transition had been set before we knew that this was affecting several agents, okay? I asked Bo if we could just push that date back, because I want you all to have enough time to be trained and feel confident, because that moment of panic when you're supposed to have, right, be writing an offer and you can't even get into an account is, I did it not too long ago. It's not fun, okay? So we are going to make the new date January 1st. All right, so you have some extra time to keep attending these classes. Also, Dotloop is still an option for you. It just means that you're going to purchase it, and you can purchase it as a single agent or as a team, right? We're moving away. Keller's moving away from Dotloop because Dotloop is connected to Zillow. Gary's not going to do anything to help support Zillow ever, right? So DocuSign is actually pretty user-friendly. I can tell you, you've just done Dotloop so long that your brain just thinks of it in this way. DocuSign really is pretty user-friendly. I think if you give it a chance, you're actually gonna like it. And yet, if you choose to stay with Dotloop, totally fine, 100% fine. You need to know that you're gonna create the templates and keep the forms updated, right? Because the office will not have an account for Dotloop. It will work with Command. It's going to do all the things. It's just you're going to have to keep up with the forms. So if you can do that and you feel confident about it, then carry on without Luke. That's fine. Whatever is good for you. Questions about this? Yes.
We don't know the cost yet, for each individual, if they want to keep dot loop yet, correct?
I have no idea. I mean, that would just be,
But I don't know if that's gonna be. the
Yeah,
same.
so it's currently 20 months for individual agent, but they did just, announced they are raising all prices in January. And based off the quotes I've seen for other people's offices, astronomical. And how much so it.
So I guess, is there, because it's my understanding that I think Todd was taking the lead on some of the cost info, is that correct? Because I was gonna ask him to look into if we could get any sort of a discount or a price break if more than one team, or if we had 20 agents, whatever the case, what kind of costs that we might be able to get to make it a little bit more cost effective.
So.
he might be doing that, but I know Todd will be transitioned by December 1st.
Yeah.
Because I let them know that we were pushing it back and he's committed to the transition by December 1st. So I don't know. You would have to check with him. I'm not sure.
And
Do
I
you know?
passed them, they're not gonna do this now, so like the bigger the group is, anything after over 15 people, you have to have a brokerage account, and that's upwards of $10,000 to $20,000.
We could buy one away from it to begin with, yeah.
Yeah. Any questions about this? We want to support you guys, right? Jenna has been amazing at helping everybody. So just keep showing up to this class, right? The more you do it, the more familiar you are, the easier it gets. Okay, love it. Buffy is teaching a class. You want to tell us about it, Buffy?
Sure. So this is part of our Foundations of Wealth series that we've been doing. I think this will be the fourth class maybe, with Rob climbing Mount Everest in Nepal. I'm teaching this one, by myself, so I made it something that I like teaching about. So I was a elementary teacher for 15 years, so this one's gonna be basically teaching your kids about money. So gonna be breaking it down into kind of 3 different age groups, so like the littles, elementary, and then like upper teenage levels, and how you as a parent can support them learning financial stability kind of things at each different age group, so. You do not need to have the kids there.
Oh, this is us attending. Oh, I was sending you my boys. Okay, no? No.
I didn't think about that, but with doing it at the 3 different levels.
That's what I
figured
wondered.
the
Okay.
Teenagers aren't gonna wanna hear what to do with money for preschoolers, so this is more for parents educating what you can do at home.
I love it. Thank you for doing that. That's awesome. Rachel is teaching how to explain, right, the NAR settlement to buyers. This is in person only on the 27th from 1 to 2. Rachel, do you have anything to add?
We're gonna be using words.
I love it. We are practicing the words.
The words to explain and practice, might be some paper. It's just, I'm gonna show one of the things that I've put together that I give to our buyer clients. And it's an easy way for us to explain instead of walking through the entire form, which I would like to go through that as well with them. But not only will we go through that, but I'm gonna show you what we've put together that we give to our buyers. That's an easy way to understand it. And I just think it's a lot simpler if they know the basic points, what they need to know about it, and how that impacts them, and it's less complicated, and they don't get freaked out by a paper and form that they've got to sign that they don't know what the hell it means.
Yeah, I
So,
love
I
that.
think it's a lot simpler, and it's an easy way to understand it, and that's what we're gonna talk about.
That's great. Awesome. This would be an amazing class to attend. Make sure you register, and it is in person only. I am doing career night on the 25th. And usually it's been hosted at 5:30. We bumped it back to 6. So we'll do from 6 to 7. So send this to anybody, right? We talk about grow your profit share tree. Like this is a great way to do it. Post this on social media, send it to anybody that you think might be interested in getting into real estate. And then I want to,
Is it gonna be the same, week every month?
I have not 100% committed. This is what made the most sense this month because I was in Austin. I have commitment issues, Lisa. Thank you for letting everybody know. I'm gonna commit, in 2025, like I will say, okay, we're gonna just do it the second Monday of the month or whatever. Yes. I wanted to, I do want to, look at what you guys are doing as far as best practices, but I also just wanted to get some feedback from you all. Do you all know that, with the new internet, you just KW Agents is the one you want to be on, okay? And it's the same password. So I'm going to get on social media now that the election has passed, and I will start using Facebook to communicate with you guys, but I find that there are a lot of places to communicate. What seems to be the go-to way you all prefer to get information that you're really checking pretty consistently? Is it Facebook? Are you reading the emails from the office? Don't lie to me. I don't think you are. I don't read it. I can't read them all either. Okay, so Facebook, is that
Emails.
emails? Okay, here, emails, Facebook.
And it's been really good, I think.
What is,
Connect.
okay, so people are, I didn't know how many,
Email, I connect the same message to place.
all three is what I'm hearing. Yes?
Everywhere.
Okay.
Can't hurt.
I am starting to familiarize myself with the Connect situation. So, okay. So all three, that is where we will be posting info. Got it. I wanted to let you all know, Alyssa's last day is going to be the 22nd. Tristan is here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and Bo and I talked about, hopefully he shared this with you. I think he's gonna be here even more once she leaves. Okay, so I think we're gonna have support no matter what, okay? And here's, yay. There we go. Yeah, let Tristan know about like great Airbnbs and stuff that you have, okay?
Okay.
I love it. You can sleep on my couch and shower. There you go. There, you should be covered. I want to make sure you all know this is my bad for not communicating this, is that even when you don't see somebody in the MCA office, things are still happening because Tristan can remote in and everything can be processed, okay, from Lexington. So whether anybody's there or not, on the days that you don't see him, where we might only have somebody 3 days a week, right? On that Monday and Friday, things are still happening. In addition, he said, if you need something, email him. And while he may not be able to get to it right that moment, it is on his list. Like, he's very good about keeping those things going. And so any of those situations that you have, go ahead and email. Should they use your email or the office MCA email? Okay, awesome. You do monitor both? Okay, so he's monitoring both of those. So don't hesitate. Just whatever you need, let us know. We're working on it. And also, I am in the CV process with MCAs a whole lot right now. And I would like to get through the process with like 5 amazing candidates that I would be stoked for any one of them to be our next MCA. If you have people that you know that you think would be amazing, please have them reach out. Like we have ads running on Indeed, but if somebody comes to mind, please send them our way. Like I would love to chat with them. Any questions about any of that or the transition or concerns? Okay, perfect. I was looking at the calendar, and I want to start preparing for just consistent things, core classes. I see some things that I believe are missing. What are things that you're not seeing training on in the office that you would really love to have? Yes. Yep, that's the one top of my list. Are you guys is it challenging right now pricing properties? Or are you good with it?
It's only good to see how.
Yeah, I agree.
It's.
Who's a master at this? Who do we think is a master at this or who wants to master it? You know, I'm looking for a volunteer right now, right?
Rob is into this.
Is he? Okay, well, as soon as he comes off the mountain, we will be in touch with him about the CMAs. Who else would be, because I do think it's good to get different perspectives, right? Like Rob is going to be amazing. And also,
Last year we had a couple of appraisers come in and teach us how they do it. Cause we've
I
had,
do
I know
love
at
that.
our level, we've had some low appraisals and some wonky appraisals, so it's always nice to kind of hear how the appraiser's mind works.
is Janet Riggs, is she still
She
in the
retired
business?
now.
Dang it.
We actually just did a class at Syra. We could look to do that, we were also giving our appraiser in.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
But they also work in the Kentucky market as well, so he's got a very good knowledge of our area and, so yeah, we're going to do that for sure.
Yeah, that would be incredible. Thank you for that. Okay, so you guys be looking for that. What else? Say what?
Realtor taxes, accounting for realtors.
So we are, and I think I have the person, there's not a lot of people that teach agent financials. But that is, I want to bring somebody here in the first quarter of the year to teach that, which would,
Marsh will be good at that.
who?
Troy Marsh, with iHeart Coaching.
I don't,
He's my coach that I work with, and he teaches some other things that is similar, certain financials and stuff, but he would be good for that.
I love it. I will definitely look at that. I believe I already have somebody who's willing, who is, like, she travels the nation and teaches agent financials. And she's gonna come for free. So if we can do that, I'm gonna run with it because profitability, right? Lead with revenue. Okay, what else?
I really like the Fierce Conversations class, but that's not like, I think that needs to come to the whole region though. Not just to us, but that one's always a really, really good one. And with the shift in the market, I think that would be perfect with a lot of the conversation that we're gonna have to start having with sellers and how it can be really more difficult.
Have you guys seen anybody teach that beyond Linda? Okay, it's funny. Tara and I just talked about this. She was like, they need to bring back Fierce Conversations. Okay. I mean, I will do what I can. That might be a regional, like the region could put that on. I can put in a suggestion for that. Okay.
Career vision is a good one. Usually they hold that regionally more than local.
Mm-hmm. So I love that. What else could be taught here in the market center that would help you guys? In the top 20% mastermind, they ask for best practices of NAR. I guess the region did something, maybe Peter Chabris like presented on something. So that is also top of mind and I'm working on it. But anything else?
It does, I don't know if that directly affects us, first thing, like, we have family members, I forget, there was a winter that a couple of years back put on an estate planning course. And it's very helpful for me and my parents, and some things to consider, that would be awesome, if anybody has, you know, some parents are getting older, but it was very helpful. And one of the lenders put it on, it's been like 6-7 years ago. And it was, they did it like part of the place right next to it.
We had an attorney come in and talk about that at one time. Let me back up and get clarity from you, Beth. When you said that about taxes, did your brain go to agent like financials or more like a tax person to help you in that way, to know like what to be tracking and write-offs and like really into the nitty gritty of it?
More taxes in larger planning than agent bookkeeping and.
Okay. Okay,
Let's pick up an LLC, do you got a commission there, pay your individual salary and all that kind of stuff.
yep.
That's part.
So I may have a contact with a CPA who might be willing to do it, as long as we could do it like Zoom, where like the CPA who could do that.
I love it. Do you guys see, has Matt Brown been in here for a long time? Has
A
anybody?
few years, not few years.
Okay, good to know. Anything else? Okay, let's talk about, now that we've kind of settled into NAR, what are some of the things that you guys are doing that seem to be working really, really well? Like, in how you're dealing with other agents, or I think that is often maybe, is that the bigger challenge than having words with clients?
You had a situation, here's an example, that Beth had called a listing agent and asked about what kind of compensation that the sellers were paying out, he said 0. Well, then she goes to the property and it's written on a paper where the seller had said they were willing to pay out X compensation, and then he wasn't willing to negotiate it. It was ridiculous. So somewhere they got the wires crossed and he's telling people one thing, but then I called, I just wanted to see what he was gonna say because I knew what the seller had said. So then I called the agent and asked what they were offering on compensation, and he told me the figure. But he told Beth 0. So I don't know, but that's the kind of ridiculousness that you kind of know
And
what they're doing.
we made an offer, full price offer, and he countered back with that full price plus my commission.
So which in essence was still 0, even though the seller said they were willing to negotiate it. All they did was add it on. They didn't negotiate nothing.
Yeah, so the
So the buyer paid.
And then luckily there was a roof AC problem, which makes this whole house. Anyway, we didn't get an agreement together, but that was a stickler about the commission.
And that's the stuff that they.
Wow.
do, and they don't know what and how to present it or not.
Do we think this is a training issue? Like this agent hasn't been trained on it? Is my, okay,
I definitely do, and then I think that, well, the thing with these people is they had just reduced 5,000 before. And hadn't communicated back with their agent about what they would accept, what they would do. So when they countered back, full list price plus the commission, it was really shocking. And then asked to appraise them all the time, so luckily it didn't come together for other reasons, but.
so it's still the wild, wild west out there when it comes to this. Is that accurate?
None of the other agents have been trained, like the brokerages aren't trained.
It's
So
still,
you have to assume that the agent on the other side is not gonna know what they're.
I assume if I don't get a broker compensation agreement, that it's gonna have to be in there negotiated. I had a problem with an appraiser because a lot of agents are putting the broker compensation addendum with the offer. that the appraiser then thought that was part of negotiations. If you have a broker compensation agreement signed that you send to the agent before they show it, it's one thing they say verbally, but you have that. It doesn't need to be into the contract.
Right.
Because the appraiser assumed that it's been negotiated as part of the contract, so that's a concession. So people aren't doing it right, is what I'm saying, they don't understand the documents, in my opinion.
Because on our listings, we'll like, when somebody makes an appointment to show it, I'll go ahead and reach out to whoever the agent is.
We have,
And let them know our
and
summer
we
offer.
email them compensation,
And send them the agreement, it's like, hey, that.
Even if they don't have enough.
Yes.
because verbally, we all know what that is.
Yeah.
What's that mean legally, verbally?
And then this conversion is not legal.
No.
But I don't think the appraisers needed that anyway, as part of considering it a concession.
Well, if it's, the appraiser told me they've been taught that if it's checked on that box on our contract, broker compensation, then that's been negotiated as part of the contract, so that's a concession. And the lenders want that to be noted as such.
Okay, noted, and that they're not like included, you're not saying that the property now has to appraise for X amount of dollars higher, right?
Just something on the back end, probably the lenders could
It
see.
should not, I mean, I think it's worked into the price of the home, and we've got it checked. that-
They just want to know that
They just want that broker agreement that says everyone knows that it's selling.
this was negotiated.
2.5%, but it's already worked into that number.
Probably because y'all have limitations on what percentages can be compensation or negotiated, right, on, depending on the loan or whatever it is.
Yeah, but that would actually tie in seller's concessions for the borrower toward closing.
Right. So it would be
It
the.
has nothing to do with you all's agreements, which is separate, it should already be tied into that purchase price. Unless it's notated that that's outside and that the seller is paying or the buyer is paying that directly to the individual. And at that point, we need to know that too, because we have to disclose it from the beginning, that this buyer is gonna be out 2.5% as well, to make sure that it fits into what they've got cash on the table.
Gotcha.
So,
Ideally, this broker's compensation shouldn't be an issue for property value. Property value should be property value in the appraisal above, beyond any compensation agreement. I think they're two separate things. Is that accurate to say?
I feel like this, that's the truth, is it, whatever purchase price shows on that contract, that is what the value is. And then that buyer broker agreement, that's already been worked out, whether it's, it coming out of this compensation from the seller proceeds, or whether they're paying that table, it should say who it's coming from, and where it's coming from, but it should not affect what that purchase price is, or the appraised value of that purchase price.
Yeah.
okay, you guys, here's where my brain goes. Maybe a panel with some agents who are handling these situations as well as we can when we're out here in the wild, wild west. Maybe one of you ladies would like to sit on the panel and we could get a lender's perspective. And then I forgot that I know this appraiser. I could ask him to come and sit on the panel and we could maybe get insight from kind of the most important people playing, making the deal happen on the back end. And that might help us get clarity on how to deal with these other agents, because I just know that so many of them are being told that they can't learn this from somewhere else, right? Or they're not going to be covered by E&O, like just leading from fear. None of that is true. Hear me say that is not true, okay? They can get training anywhere, and yet I know where the broker's brain is, but yeah, go ahead, Rachel.
Well, question, I had asked Linda at one time if they're gonna be doing any kind of trainings on this, and they don't wanna touch it. It's like they're worried about.
Oh, yeah.
They are gonna say and getting sued on it, and I get it, it should be up to each individual brokerage, but because some of the brokerages aren't doing their jobs like they should, that's why it's so bad. And so, I don't know, I guess I was just hoping that Syra would step up, or Guar, and try to do something
Yeah,
a little bit more on this end, and it's just not happening.
yeah, I don't think that will ever happen. And not only that, but I don't think the brokerages are ever going to train them because there is so much gray area. And it's hard to navigate and just take a stance on something, right? Like, there's so much liability. I understand this. And also, I just think anytime you're leading with fear, it's not the right decision. Like, we just have to do the very best that we can do with the information that we have. Yeah, but that's my opinion, right? That's not how other places are doing it. Okay,
I think it's what is doing their job, like you all are here, it's gonna help lead the way and lead the path for, correction.
And I think that we just need to keep elevating our training and our knowledge on it because you all are working with people who have zero training on it and you're just gonna have to lead the way. That's just it, right? And what a great example you set in the industry and in our community for being knowledgeable, right? Because we all have the same objective when we have a buyer and seller. But we don't always we're not always gonna come to terms, but when the offer is written, that's the goal. And we just need to show up and be the best people that we can be and lead. It's our best option, right? Okay. Anything else before we go our merry ways for the rest of the day? Okay, I'm gonna work on the panel sooner rather than later. And I have taken notes and honestly, I'm gonna see how much Tristan can put that into action. How about that? I love it. Okay, you guys, let me know if you need anything. Thank you for coming today. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. All right, we're doing things.
I guess my
Yes. You get to choose. There's two different ones. One is 18,000 and one is 17,000. And they have different transaction fees, right? So if you know for certain that you're gonna do more than last you're probably best to take the 17,000 price. If you're not sure about that, the best route would be the 15,000. And it looks like this. Okay, so like when you have a $15,000 cap, right? And then you have the $17,000 one. What happens is $3,000 is always going to Keller Williams International. Okay. And then you have 12,000 that stays local. Okay, so this is that 6% that comes, okay. And then this one, no matter what, international is always getting their 30 grand, right? The biggest difference is that